before. Playing like my favorite song.
Yes, we're back, and I hope you're all still there, like I pleaded with you to be when we got back. We're going to be looking at the impact of private educational system. What that means is that when we were growing up, most schools were run by government, but now a lot more schools are run by the private sector. So how are they faring? That is what we want to find out today. We are hosting today two former students of Madonna University. We have Chima Achu, who's the national president, and we have the national president of the Alumni Association, as well as Mr. Asenokai Aloy, who's the acting public relations officer of the Alumni Association of Madonna University.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming, gentlemen. So how is the Alumni Association faring?
Well, the Alumni Association came into existence in 2005. That was after the university graduated the first batch in 2003.
Okay, what batch are you?
I graduated 2004.
Oh, okay.
So the second batch, yes.
Okay.
And so far so good. We have about 23,000 members nationwide, even in diaspora. And we have been working with the university and trying to see a way we can, ensure that we do not only give back to the society, but also to our alma mater. We have about 14 chapters already in Nigeria, with an international headquarters in the UK, London, United Kingdom, that boasts of about not less than 150 active members. So cumulatively, the alumni of Madonna University has come to stay, and we are looking at, re-engineering the concept of alumni in Nigeria.
Ah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure University of Ibadan will have a few words to say about this. Yes, now
Sure.
Tell us about, you have an event coming up,
Yes.
an alumni event.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, by September, ending of September, we are going to be hosting the maiden edition of Madonna University Awards, call it More Awards. Yes. And we're also going to launch the maiden edition of our magazine, which is called More Echo. And the magazine will showcase, the activities in the alumni, the activities of the graduates in the last 10 years the university has been in existence, as well as what we've been able to do in the respective states. So we have our chapters.
And this is all to celebrate 10 years of Madonna University.
Exactly. Let's
Okay.
get towards that. And we are by October, we are also going to, donate some books and journals as well to 3 faculties, that is Faculty of Law, Faculty of Medicine, and Faculty of Management and Social Sciences, as a way of the alumni giving back to the university community, for the students to benefit from.
Which faculty did you graduate
I
from?
graduated from Faculty of Management and Social Science.
Okay, not one of those being...
Being
no, you mentioned 3 faculties just
3
now.
faculties in the first phase.
Yes.
From the second phase, we are going to also incorporate the remaining 4 faculties, because we have a total of 7 faculties in university.
Okay.
And as a representative of the convocation in the governing council, we've been able to, liaise with the school management, led by the VC, Professor Chuks Emmanuel Ezedum, who has been working tirelessly to make the institution a world-class institution.
Okay, let me bring you in now, Asenokai. So how is Madonna bridging the gap created by the lapses in public institutions?
Thank you very much. Generally speaking, at convocation ceremonies, you hear them say that somebody has been found worthy in learning and character, but that character component has been seriously threatened in this country. how do we measure the character component of graduates? Is it by what we see in the public space today? The moral values of this society have crumbled. We don't have values again. And then education is supposed to instill that in us. Education is supposed to refine a man. By man, I mean both men and women.
Human beings.
Human beings generally. Education is supposed to progressively make you discover your ignorance. But have that actually been the case? Now, we know the issues public institutions had in this country. You were not sure that your child that was going to school will come back alive. You have the issues of cultism. We are battling with perennial strikes. Academic calendars are constantly being disrupted. Now you have a situation where private universities, private players came into the party. They came into the party, and let's give it to them. Particularly in reference here, Madonna University, you've been able to keep away these monsters. Issue of cultism, almost non-existence. You have the issue of perennial strikes. They are not even featuring. Then you now ask yourself this question.
So you're saying that Madonna University and a number of private universities do not allow ASU to go on strike in their universities?
Yes. And I believe that this should call for a robust engagement. How are they able to do it? There should be a synergy between the public operators, ASU as it were, and then the private university operator. What are you doing right? These lecturers, most times, they cross carpet from public universities. They didn't just come from space. They have been in the sector. So why is it that when they are in the private sector, they don't go on strike, they don't disrupt academic calendars, but immediately they are in the public sector, you find them disrupting academic calendars? And I'm particularly worried.
It's not ASU that's disrupting the academic calendar, is it?
No, they are the ones going on strike. If you belong to an association and the association compels you to obey its rules and regulations, and then it calls you out to down tools, what do you do?
Madonna University, I'm sure, is paying its lecturers.
Well,
at the end of every month. Okay. So if the public sector lecturers don't get paid, they don't have laboratories like you have in Madonna, the medical students don't have the wherewithal to study medicine properly, do they not have a right to scream that we can't teach because we don't have the wherewithal to teach what we're supposed to be teaching?
Well, you know, this is a very robust discussion. It's lengthy. We don't know. The issues are complex. Are we narrowing them down to infrastructure? It's
part of the issues.
I know that for sure.
It's lengthy, yes, but it's one of the issues.
I know that for sure. Over the years, if you look at the trend, the budget for education, let's give it to the government, has actually been going up. If you look at the trend, if you want to do a trend analysis,
even
you look at what was
well below the United Nations recommendation.
Yes, you see, the United Nations recommendation is the ultimate picture. What I would call the El Dorado. That's the ultimate picture. But in getting to the El Dorado, you must take steps.
I thought that's supposed to be the minimum standard for every country in the world.
Well, you know,
not El Dorado.
No, Nigeria is we have a peculiar situation where education
what comes in again.
Yes, a peculiar situation. A peculiar situation. Education over the years have actually suffered. Let us admit it. It has suffered. So, in resuscitating a suffering or an ailing man, you take steps. And let's say, okay, steps have been taken, and then ultimately, I know we'll get there. Just this last week, I heard that something like a virtual library agreement was signed, and these are some of the development steps that you know that education is actually going on the right. But particularly, private universities have done well in these instances. I've cited security of the life of the students is guaranteed, because no matter how much infrastructure development you're able to achieve, if you don't have people alive to enjoy them.
Okay,
I beg your pardon. Yeah. Is Madonna still giving the same quality of education that you got when you were there? Do you happen to know the answer to that question?
Sure. Recently, I toured about 3 of the campuses, and I was able, and as a member of governing council, I've been privileged to see the massive infrastructural development in terms of quality of structures, in terms of additional lecturers, in terms of qualitative